It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. Taking a look at the 76ers, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And the Orlando Magic tried to make a push for the playoffs last season. They brought in some veteran talent to try and move the needle. Needless to say, guys, didn't quite work.
Ernie, this is where I live. I hate to really say something bad about this team because it's a team that drafted me, but the makeup of the roster, Ernie, was a big problem. Too many front court players, not enough guys on the wing.
Not enough. Oh, too many front court.
Too many.
I didn't think you'd ever say that.
Yeah, way too many.
Well, I think because of the game changing a little bit, you can have front court players.
Everybody wants to go small ball. Everybody wants to play small ball.
They just got to defend the three-point. They don't have to shoot it. Just defend it.
Why all the bitterness about small ball?
Because I live in Orlando.
No, but why all the bitterness about small ball? Just because you're a big guy?
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to the Celtics in Boston.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's the first meeting of the year between these teams, so he told me today is mainly a feeling out process, trying to identify strengths and weaknesses. We'll see how quickly they get a feel for this opponent. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for Orlando, Ross is the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot, manning the middle.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
Redick dishes to Fultz. Screen by Saric. Fultz the pass to Saric. On target from 13 feet.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Out to Payton. There's the triple. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. About a minute played so far here in the first. And Ross with the slam.
You know, Terrence Ross is a former dunk contest champion. Ross has major levitation time.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Fultz. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Sharch dishes to Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. Ross grabs the board. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Payton passes to Vucevic. Embiid with the steal. Ross against Simmons. Over Ross. And that one's good. Simmons.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Down low. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
And really, all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
Embiid is at the elbow. Here's the screen. Screen by Sharch. Shoots off the screen. Good. He hits the jump shot. Redick's got his first basket.
Like seeing Redick work the screen there. Very effective at finding the room he needs to get his shot up.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Gordon a screen. Here's Vucevic. And Embiid with the block.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
Simmons dishes to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Sharch. Pass to Simmons. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Simmons got his second bucket of the game to go.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
Now here's Fournier. And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
He misses the free throw. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
He's off on the second.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Was shot by Redick, no good. Payton left side. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Sharch. Here's Simmons. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got his third basket of the night. Here's Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The dish now to Ross. They set the screen. And it's Vucevic missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
The Magic trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Simmons.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely. And you know, Ben Simmons, a one-and-done player at LSU. He grew up in Australia. Didn't really watch much college basketball. Said he would have preferred to go straight from high school to the pros.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
No good on that one.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. The Magic trail by 3. Tries to snap the cold streak. Fournier's shot is off. And Simmons ineligible for the Wooden Award at LSU for academic reasons. He made it clear, I am here for basketball.
Well, and I don't like that mindset there. It's clearly accurate, but while you're in school, you should make that part of the equation and be serious about it. Doing just enough to get by, not the way to approach it. Clearly a tremendous talent between the lines there. No denying that.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Magic.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Embiid the screen. Fultz the pass to Simmons. Embiid in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got his first bucket of the night.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Here's Fournier. Simmons with the defensive effort.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time. Liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Screen by Saric, and Simmons kicks to Embiid. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here is Payton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The feed to Vucevic. Payton right side. Back to Vucevic. To end the run, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And now on our rookie leaderboard, who are the rookies grabbing the most rebounds in the NBA right now? Let's take a look. Ben Simmons is second.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
Yeah, rebounding always transfers and translates to the next level. He's been a bull in a china shop, out working, out hustling guys. And he's really got terrific instincts to the basketball.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Embiid, and he uses the glass on the layup. Embiid's got 6. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's Gordon. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The lead pushed to double digits. Fultz has got his first points of the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players in the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And he talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work.
Now here is Augustine to the inside from the stripe, and Spates with the basket on the assist by Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Now here's McConnell, led by Augustine. Elbow shot, And McConnell gets it to go. McConnell's got his first basket of the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Now here's Bayless. Defense right on him. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And Spates gets it to go.
And DJ Augustine knows what he's out there for, to distribute the ball. I mean, always has his head on the swivel, and he's looking to find his teammates.
Now here's Bayless. His last outing, he had 8 points. Anderson kicks to McConnell. Booker left side. The 15-footer. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
Here's a Afflalo. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's McConnell. Aaron Afflalo picking up that last basket. Pass to Anderson. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Isaac. The Magic trail by 6. Fires for 3. Tries again. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Orlando shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
Now here's Bayless. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker.
And here's a look at the stats for Booker. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 10 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
And that one is good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
McConnell, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now.
And going back to their field goal percentage, great consistency and execution for them offensively. I think that's made the difference. They don't have many dry spells.
2 shots.
That one is off. Clark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Anderson outside. Johnson the screen. And Booker kicks to Anderson. They get the rebound. A nice shot by Booker. And the 76ers lead by 2.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Offensive rebound. No good from Spates. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. The shot by McConnell, no good. And it's Orlando's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Kicks it to Spates. Back to Augustine. Good D by Booker.
Excellent concentration from the D. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Now here's Bayless, guarded by Augustine. Second chance shot. And the shot no good, a bit short. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by a bucket. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And so in the game for the Magic, Isaac out there with Maurice Spates. Then it's Simmons. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Aflalo in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Augustine. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Augustine's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Orlando. McConnell kicks to Bayless. Johnson against Spates. Back to Bayless. And Anderson has it in the corner. The pass to McConnell and stolen by Spates. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. So they take the lead. Simmons got 5 points so far.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Well, Orlando shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Pass to Isaac. On the wing of Aflalo. Puts up a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Aflalo's got the lead up to 3 now for Orlando. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. he says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
First free throw is good.
Boy, I love Trevor Booker's game now. Physical, dependable, consistent. Man continues to evolve his game.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Ben Simmons comes in for Anderson. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jared Bayless. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. Both free throws good from Booker. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. So it's Orlando now. 76ers getting the bucket. Here's Vucevic over Embiid. And it's Vucevic missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes, because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
And the 76ers making a change here. Sharge is checked in. Now here's Vucevic. 29 points for him last game against Boston.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top 3. They end up swapping picks with the Kings, who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
And he knocks down the first one. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back on it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
Now here's Fultz. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Saric. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Simmons.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Payton and Embiid with the block, and he's able to get it back. Hits the three-point bomb. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
And stolen by Fournier. Here's Payton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 6-point Orlando lead.
Hey, when it comes to taking the ball to the basket, Payton is lethal. And his speed combined with his length make him incredibly difficult to stop.
Now here's Redick. He had 22 points in the win against Portland.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
The 76ers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. He feeds it to Embiid, back to Redick. Now here's Fultz, guarded closer. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Portland.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Gordon against Saric. 4 on the clock. Embiid the screen. And the wide open shot from Redick. The 76ers with another miss. Ross kicks to Fournier. Kicks it out to Gordon. Knocked loose. Embiid with the steal. Floats one up. Vucevic with the block.
Hey, that expansive reach of Vucevic's really helps him on the defensive end. He uses that length to really bother the confidence of shooters.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And here we go. Saric, the fast break chance. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here, fresh from a win against Portland.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
The 76ers trail by 11. Simmons left side, feeds it to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Fultz with the ball. Clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot from beyond the arc and then some. Fultz has got 5.
And you got to guard Fultz from this spot. I mean, when he has the space to fire from deep, he makes the defense pay.
Payton dishes to Gordon. Here's Ross. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Magic.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
How long into a season do you wait until win-loss counts really start to matter?
I don't know if you can put a specific timeline on it, Kevin, but I think you kind of look at the season in maybe 10-day windows or 5-game windows, maybe a month window. It varies from coach to coach. For me personally, I would try to look at things in 10-day to 2-week windows and then evaluate from that standpoint.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Embiid. Payton passes to Fournier. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
And that one falls for Fournier. And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now, Clark. Do you think that the NBA adding another team or two is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
And so Fournier nails both of them.
And in a relatively short time, Fournier has really increased his role in the league. I mean, he's a player you have to guard and keep an eye on at all times.
Now here's Šorić. He had 16 points in the win against Portland.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
And the basket by Gordon.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post.
Simmons against Ross. Embiid with a screen on Fournier. The drive by Redick. Embiid kicks to Redick. Yep, it counts.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Payton dishes to Fournier. He kicks to Ross. Passes it to Gordon. Back to Ross. Gordon a screen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Ben Simmons.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
And Terrence Ross with probably his best season in 2016-17. Shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
First free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Bayless comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. And both free throws good for Ross. The 76ers trail by 13. Dishes it to Bayless. Embiid the screen. And Bayless kicks to McConnell. Pass to Šorić. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Embiid, no good. Orlando leading by 13. Now here's Ross. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston. Well, it's been a heck of a recent stretch for these guys. The centers and power forwards averaging the most points in their position in the last 10 games. 5th, Joel Embiid.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
Which is what makes that such an interesting collection of players for me. So much contrast in their methods, but success all around. It goes to show how many different ways there are to get it done in the post.
And he makes the first.
This summer, a new front office taking over in Orlando after a rebuild effort that stretched back 5 seasons. Magic fans hoping they can get things headed in the right direction now.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. And a switcher also for Orlando. Aflalo's checked in. Both good from the line that time. And for the Magic, do you think hiring a new GM will get the team headed, Clark, in the right direction?
Well, that's a good question, but I think that's a start. And again, alignment is so key when you talk about organizational success, from your ownership through your president, general manager, coaching staff. Everybody has to be committed to their alignment and culture. Their current structure has some overlap between business and basketball operations. I think that all has to be smoothed out. But one step at a time, one brick at a time.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
Looking here at some numbers for Simmons. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 9 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Now here's Anderson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Johnson with a screen on Augustine. Off the pick. The shot by McConnell, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's McConnell. The Magic getting the bucket. Anderson outside. Now here's Bayless, guarded by Simmons. Here's Sharch, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Spates has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Simmons. And Spates with the basket on the assist by Simmons. Spates has got 4 points in the quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's McConnell, guarded by Augustine. Here's Sharch. It's deflected.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
On the wing of Flello, he's covered by Anderson. Spates, the pass to Augustine. Here's Isaac. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The dish to Bayless. And stolen by Flello. And now Orlando on the break. Flello's running, and they pick up 2. Flello's got 9 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The feed to Bayless. Johnson with a screen on Simmons. Now here's Bayless. He's guarded closely. Sharch off the left rim and out.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That is his first foul of the game. And for the 76ers, they're shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. Now McConnell. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Johnson the screen. And here's Anderson for 3.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
And so it's Orlando riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, you guys scored a lot in the first half. What are you doing well offensively?
I think it starts with defense. We're able to get out in transition. We're getting rebounds and pushing the ball. I think that's what's getting us open looks.
Well, we'll see if you can keep doing that in the second half, Elfrid. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, their success from the free throw line is big tonight. They absolutely were determined to take it to the hole and not be denied. We saw them dictating the action, finishing strong and asking for more.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
The statue of William Penn at the top of City Hall, welcoming you back to the historic city of Philadelphia. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Nice game. Great performance by Maurice Spates.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Orlando leading by 23. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Joel Embiid out there with Sharch. And it's Fultz in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Fournier dishes to Ross. 5 on the clock. And it's Vucevic missing. The 76ers shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Simmons, foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
And Ben Simmons said he didn't take a lot of outside shots in college because he didn't need to. He could get to the rim pretty much at will.
Well, he'll find that will not be the case at this level. His shots inside will be challenged a lot more. His perimeter shot has been the question mark, and that's where I think he's got to improve.
That's good from Simmons. And here is Payton. Ross in the corner. Takes a 3. Here's Vucevic. He dishes it to Gordon. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Philadelphia. 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And checking out Orlando, 2 games back.
And right now for the Magic, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give them any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. You know, the motto in Philadelphia over recent years, in the midst of one of the most patient rebuilding efforts in NBA history, was trust the process. I love that. Hard to do, but certainly worth pursuing. And Joel Embiid has made it his nickname. Joel, the process, Embiid.
The first one falls. And Clark fans know they can chant trust the process as Embiid is at the line. Do you like that nickname?
Well, it's more a bumper sticker than a nickname, and I like it, though. I like trusting the process. As a nickname, I'd give it thumbs down, but clearly Embiid has given these Sixers fans a lot of hope for the present and future.
And Embiid drops them both.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process. Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Outside, Simmons. Kicks it to Fultz. Sharch with the screen for Fultz. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Fultz has got 7 points in the game. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Vucevic with the block. Embiid, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
The Magic leading by 20. Fournier's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
Tell you what, he might have gotten that rebound and gotten away with it if he had gone straight up, but didn't work out.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
And taking a look at some numbers from Markelle Fultz. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Fournier. Pulls it from the elbow. No good from Simmons. Magic leading by 20. And Fournier kicks to Ross.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Gordon. It's blocked. 3-on-3. Here's Fultz. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Fultz has got 9 points.
Boy, hard not to admire the fluid release Fultz has. I mean, love seeing him switch right from dribbling into a shot. Off the dribble. Knock it down.
Now here's Gordon. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up. Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
The 76ers have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact.
And, you know, the Magic last summer looking to address their biggest weakness, a team really desperate for more perimeter shooting to space the floor.
Now here's Payton. He's got 7. Here's Fournier and Embiid with the block. Now the 76ers on the break. Again, Philadelphia.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
The Magic leading by 13. Picked by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Ross. In the corner, it's Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Count it. And 12 points for Joel Embiid.
And Embiid is HE efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Now here's Vucevic. He has 6. And the rejection by Embiid. Now here's Fultz, covered by Payton. Fultz with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. And Šarić kicks to Simmons. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Gordon missing.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Got a piece of it. Simmons against Ross. There's the pass to Gordon. It's stolen by Sharks. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. Here's Fournier. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Fournier's got 12 in the game. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Magic.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Booker, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Peyton. They get the rebound. Redick with the bucket.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
Here's Augustine. To the middle. And stolen by Booker. Now the 76ers on the break. Fulton.
I love that. Yes, indeedy. Hey, I don't mind a little flash and pizzazz in a guy's game. Fultz showing off a little bit. Impressive dunking skills on display.
Now here's Aflalo. He's got 9. And it's Gordon missing. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 20-6 run. Here's Simmons, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Now here is Augustine. Gordon a screen. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely, and it's denied.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz, and I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Redick.
Splendid release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Pass to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. They set the pick, and Augustine kicks to Aflalo. It's Fournier on the wing. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And I like the size that Fournier has as a shooting guard. Actually, great size. I mean, he's more than ready to take advantage of that when the opportunity presents itself.
The Magic have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Anderson comes in for Ben Simmons. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Fournier.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
And, you know, passing the ball is exactly what Bayless is out there to do. I mean, especially when a teammate does not have anybody around him. Get it to the open guy.
And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 6th assist on the night. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
So for the Magic, Spates checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Simmons subbed in for Evan Fournier. Magic leading by 7. Now Augustine to the inside. Spates. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Anderson passes to Booker. That one bounces around and comes back out.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. There's the pick. Now here's Bayless. Tight defense on him. No good from 11 feet. Orlando leading. Here's Simmons, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. The 76ers trail by 11. McConnell kicks to Anderson. Johnson the screen. Now here's Bayless. Defense is right there. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Booker. Over Simmons. And that one hits back iron. Orlando leading by 11. And he banks in the layup. Simmons got 9.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And Bayless kicks to Johnson. Feeds it to Anderson. No good. And Orlando will come the other way. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Pass to Isaac. The shot missing. Good D by Booker. The 76ers trail by 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Johnson. Up and in from the low block. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter. 1:25 left to play in the third.
And Trevor Booker is generously listed at 6'8". We call that a program height. But he is a quick leaper, so he plays bigger than he is. You let him get in close, and he'll punch that ticket on you.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The second chance effort. Orlando grabs the miss. Isaac's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Excellent use of the screen that time. 15 points in the game.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Anderson against the Flalo. And Booker kicks to McConnell. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by the Magic.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
2 shots, gentlemen. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 17 seconds left in the third. And here's McConnell. Anderson the screen. There's a good screen. And again, unable to change momentum here. And so it's Orlando holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We come back right after this. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
The offense will come and go. This has got to be our staple. Suffocating D.
No surprise, focusing on defense, Frank Vogel reminding his guys what this team is all about.
Yeah, you can win with consistent defense no matter what your offense is doing, but of course you know he'd love to have both.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Elfrid Payton is out there with Simmons. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac in at the power forward position. Shot clock at 5. Anderson in the post. He's guarded by Ross.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
No good from Simmons.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
Now here's Anderson. Here's McConnell. Here's Booker. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Saric has checked in for Philadelphia. Magic leading by 18. Simmons dishes to Spates. They set the pick. Here's Isaac. Payton kicks to Simmons. They get it back. No good from Spates. For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
McConnell kicks to Anderson. Screen by Saric. 5 on the clock. Here's Bayless. The 76ers again can't hit it. Orlando's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Payton with the ball. He kicks it to Spates. Pass to Ross. Here's Isaac, covered by Sharch. Isaac misses.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Magic leading by 18. Here's Ross. Tries again. Sharch grabs the board. Sharch has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Bayless the pass to Anderson. Here's Sharch, and it's sent back by Spates. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Anderson. Redick comes in for Jared Bayless. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. The Magic also changing it up. Vucevic checked in for Spates. And Gordon subbed in for Isaac. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Simmons.
Excellent precision and focus from Simmons. Feeling nobody can guard him down on the block, and he's right most of the time.
Gordon dishes to Payton. Back to Gordon. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 4th assist in this one.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Amir Johnson. And a switcher also for Orlando. Fournier is checked in for Simmons. Orlando leading by 19 points. Down low, here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Boy, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Philadelphia shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Here's Fultz, and the layup falls.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. Back to Payton. Dishes it to Fournier. From deep. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Simmons. Over Ross. Offensive rebound. Embiid goes up again, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Man, I tell you what, I love how Embiid doesn't shy away from contact. He's skilled at finding ways to get to that foul line.
And Clark, when you played the NBA with still mostly American players, now the game is truly global with players from all over the world. How do you think that has changed the NBA?
Well, I think it's enhanced the NBA's product on the floor because, again, you're getting the best players in the world that are competing in the NBA with the international influx. I think it's added to the global popularity of the league without question. The NBA is clear in that we're going far and wide across the globe to find the best players to play in the best league in the world, and I think that's healthy and good.
And Embiid drops them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Payton passes to Fournier. Inside. And good that time.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Now here's Fultz. Outside, Redick. Pass to Saric. Shoots over Fournier. Vucevic with the block, and they'll keep possession. The Magic leading by 20. Now here's Payton. At the elbow, it's Gordon. Here's Ross. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Saric. Embiid. And Embiid is right there. Embiid's got 10 points here in the second half.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Fournier, Embiid with the steal. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Doesn't go that time.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
And too long on the shot.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Outside, Redick. No good on the triple. Orlando's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Fournier dishes to Ross. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Fultz. Add another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
It's Fournier on the wing, picked by Vucevic. It's Fournier on the wing from deep. Unable to get that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Redick with it. Now Payton defending. And Redick kicks to Embiid. They double him with Vucevic. Saric. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both. Magic leading by 13. Payton passes to Fournier. Now the dish to Ross. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And there's the feed to Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's 18 points for Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Now here's Fournier. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Fournier's got 11 points here in just the second half. Now Fultz. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And the one thing that you gotta love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And you ask the scouts about Fultz. He has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
Now here's Gordon. Gordon a screen. Ross kicks to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
The 76ers trail by 14. And here's Fultz. It's Saric, top of the key. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. The Magic leading by 14. Here's Fournier. Gordon with a screen on Saric. Here's Fournier. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
One shot.
And that one falls for Fournier. The 76ers trail by 17. Outside, Simmons. He dishes it to Fultz. That one misses.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Ross. Tries again. Back to Gordon. Over Saric. And it's Gordon missing. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set, pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Magic leading by 15. Payton with the ball. Takes a 3. Gordon with another miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Saric. And the 76ers get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Now here's Payton. Outside Gordon. Over Saric. Again, the miss by Gordon.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Embiid with the block. And they get it back. They recover it. Basket counts. And that's 11 points for Aaron Gordon. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Redick against Fournier. And Redick, here we go. Shades over Fournier. The shot by Redick, no good. Magic leading by 15. Kicks to Ross. And Embiid with the block. And now the 76ers on the break.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Orlando.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in a season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against Philadelphia.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Vucevic.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
The 76ers trail by 13. The pull-up. Here's Simmons. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Simmons got 9 points here in the second half. Orlando's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Vucevic dishes to Payton. Lays it up off the glass. And the Magic lead by 13.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
Al Fournier after Markelle Fultz missed from long range. Payton gets the bucket.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
It's stolen by Sharks. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. The first free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Anderson can't get it to go. And the Magic with possession. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Out to the wing, Isaac. No good from outside. Left side, Anderson. Excellent D there from Aflalo. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. With Elfrid Payton, bench was big tonight. How confident are you in their abilities?
Very confident. Those guys work on their games. They know that time's going to come, and then when the opportunity comes, they're ready for it. So I'm very confident in all my teammates.
Well, they had your back tonight, Elfrid. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.